Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Valhalla Sports Talk is on the air. This is going to be a short one, y'all. NASCAR Daytona 500 practice. Practice? We streaming practice? But yeah, just a stream for this edition of the practice for the Daytona 500. This is practice number 2. Practice number 2. I think the last one is tomorrow. Before the 68th running of the Daytona 500 coming up on Sunday. And for that as well, Valhalla Sports Talk will be here for all the action. Shout out to the earliest arrivals, Shelby Minnick in the house. Hard Nose up in here. Looks like that might be it. 14 up in here. Tony Stewart, number 14. If you're new, hit that subscribe.
Subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go!
Hey, give the video a like.
Hit the like on the video or stream. Yeah, hit that like button. Do it now.
I didn't realize I was quite this hoarse today. I didn't realize. All right, so they're interviewing Jeff Gordon on the front stretch there. This practice is supposed to start on the half hour, so we're about 15 minutes early. I'm not going to go crazy today for this. I'm basically just going to put up the live leaderboard, and we're going to watch what happens, and then we're going to pack up and get out of here until Sunday. But glad you're all here and looking forward to it, y'all. I spent most of the morning preparing the stream for the Atlanta race next week, y'all. So a lot of that stuff is done. It'll be transferred over. In for a second for lunch. I'm out. Later, Scoop. Later, man. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like, bro. But what's going on today at the track, you've got practice number 2, which is what we're here for. And then at 7:30 Eastern, the Fresh from Florida 250, that's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. So that's what's happening. I'm not likely going to hang around and do much of that truck race, if any. But we'll play it by ear. We'll see how I'm feeling, how things are looking, and we'll play it from there. I might hang out and watch it, but I don't have anything graphically built up for the truck race because that's not what I plan on doing this year. I plan on doing the Cup race as many times as I can while dealing with the Dodgers season. And so that's the plan, y'all. That is the plan. I won't be streaming a lot of practices once they go to Atlanta. I won't be doing a lot of qualifying streams or anything like that. At least that's not what I think I'll be doing. But yeah, Atlanta is almost prepped. I've got all the features and stuff ready to go. I still need to work on this setup a bit. Obviously, we've got the old plane, we've got the old car, we've got so we gotta work on some of that stuff, and that's probably what I'll do tonight while the CO and I are chillaxing. William Vernoy Jr. is up in the house. What's up, William? What is up, sir? What is up? What is up? So I'm seeing a lot of content coming out on Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff about Dodger spring training. Officially, today was the report day for Dodger spring training. Saw a video of Edwin Diaz's first bullpen, they call it, and Ohtani was in the background there pitching with him as well. So looking forward to that. I got a ton of work to do on the Dodger setup, but I promise you all, there won't be nobody that has a better setup for the Dodgers baseball live streams. I promise you all that. We will have some fun with Dodger baseball this year. 30 in the house here. As I mentioned, practice is supposed to start in about 10 minutes or so. 10 minutes or so. We know who's on the pole. They are behind me, right? We know who's going to be on the pole. We know the lineup, how it's set. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I'll bring up the lineup for the Daytona 500. Let's go over there and take a peek at it.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
Let's go over here and take a peek at the lineup for the 500 on Sunday, y'all. Let's start with the first 9, right? So Bush is going to be on the pole in that number 8 Chevrolet. Briscoe will roll off on the front row in second. Then Logano Chase Elliott. They're in row 2. Blaney Hocevar, row 3. Dylan Larson, row 4. Keselowski McDowell, row 5. John Hunter Nemechek and Christopher Bell, row 6. SVG, Josh Berry, row 7. Daniel Suarez, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., row 8. Casey Mears, Todd Gillen, row 9. Ryan Priest, Ty Gibbs, row 10. Bowman and Hamlin, row 11. Cole Custer, Eric Jones, row 12. 13 is going to be Gregson and Reddick. Brother BKF, drop some membership.
Thank you for your support.
And Leaf Sakingo gets it. Thank you so much for gifting that Valhalla Sports Talk membership. I forgot what row I was on, y'all. But here's the rest of it. Here is the rest of the field for the 500. Now, this could change, obviously, if there's accidents in practice, right? Or something bad happens to a car. But that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we are at, y'all. Let's go to live leaderboard here. I don't know if she's active. Thank you so much for dropping that membership, man. Appreciate it. Andrew in the house. Andrew up in here. So we're not going to have the raw feed for this practice. All right, we are not going to have the raw feed. So I'll probably just back this out a bit. We'll get that top 8. Right now, it looks like you got the... I'm not sure who's out there right now. They might be done. Yeah, let's go back to the main.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
So about 9 minutes, y'all. 9 minutes to the start of practice. Keith Inman in the house. He's in the 5 car, so I'm going to lock that in for him. I mentioned to you all, a lot of people came in here, got a car the other day, and then left. So Keith, you're locked in. I've got a number of cars locked in, but about midweek next week, I'll be putting out a community post, letting people know what cars are available because some folks are getting booted. But Inman is going to be in that 5. Inman is going to be in that 5 car. 31 in the house. All right, brother BKL, drop that membership, y'all. Jeff Gordon won the Cup Series title in 95, 97, 98, and 01. As I mentioned, I've got the vast majority of the setup for Atlanta already completed. It's just a matter of loading it in here. Just a matter of loading that bad boy up in here, up in here. Let me make this name a little smaller for brother BKL because I think we got that one and we got cool. 29 in the house. Practice number 2 just around the corner. Again, it all depends on how many folks we got in here. If we got a crew in here after practice, I'll probably just stay live and maybe do that truck race, but none of the graphics are going to match up to it. None of them will, but you're on a stat page the vast majority of the time anyway, so who cares? Who cares? I'm not sure what we're watching here. There are cars on the track. Let's listen in.
Right now. Running pit roads.
It's the all scan at the track, so this is listening to the drivers, the spotters. Let's go 38, says Nufo.
How's the speed?
All right, so Nufo locked in too.
About a half a 10 quicker.
Cletus McFarland made it in the top 15. Yeah, I'm not aware of the whole Cletus McFarland hype. So I apologize. I don't really get it all. But again, that's not going to be my focus, the truck series. I know Tony Stewart's back too. Mario Loco in the house, sporting that SC logo.
One right all the way.
Chris Paul announces retirement from the NBA after 21 years. Lindsey Vonn set to have her 4th surgery on her broken leg.
Nothing behind. All good.
Crazy, y'all. I got my ears lowered today, y'all. I got that baby high and tight, baby. Look at that, baby. High and tight.
Pull the pads off. That way, if you don't get them all, you can do it in the morning.
Trimmed up the old whiskers.
No, take the tires off. Pull the pads
Feel like a new man, y'all. Sergeant Carter.
That way, it gives you 2 opportunities to get the pads back.
Everything feels fine. I'm good. Yeah, all right. Coming to you here, boys. Where were you standing? Right at the Sunoco sign down here, or right at the grandstand? The grandstands is where I typically call it, so I'd call it there.
Gordon won the Daytona 500 3 times in 97, 99, and 05.
Grandstands, I feel like, but we'll see. Like you said,
Looking good. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, man.
But I thought you were saying you could go deeper, so I'll back it up to where I was. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I did go to the grandstands. I wasn't going to make pit road speed. Yeah, 10-4. All good there.
So I think for these practices, etc., they're not doing the MRN stuff. So
Turning under the Rolex Bridge now, Aiden coming to you here, guys.
I think I am going to play it for the 500, though.
The brake rotors on pit road, I just saw it.
Tell me if it's overwhelming, like if it's way too loud, if it's overriding me, you know what I mean? But
Because we're sitting too far back for those guys, so we'll try our best on that. Kind of feel how the bubble works, work on your timing, feel what it feels like behind him, wide open in front.
It's also, I think, what makes it so exciting, especially as we see somebody try to go for 3, because it's really rare to do. I don't want to leave here without saying Hereford Motorsports also has 3 other chances. Yeah,
230.
It's never been done. They'd like to accomplish that too, but
how's everybody doing today? It's Friday. The weekend is here. The weekend is here, y'all.
You just want to go in the middle of the track bar and just try it, and just take a piece of tape off?
it's been a big moment.
Yeah, we could try.
I don't really have a driver, Keith. I don't really have one. Yeah, I am driverless. I don't know where to go.
Rolex shoot is clear to turn in.
You know, I followed Harvick for so long. And I just haven't had one that said, man, I'm the guy. I'm the guy you want to root for every week.
I thought it's still maybe a little different tone than some.
I do like these new kids that are coming up. I do like them. This Hocevar and, but I just don't know yet. I just don't know.
We really got until about 90 seconds to go.
What time is the 500 on Sunday? Let's look. Let's look, my man.
Go down here and wait for a minute.
And bring up old Valhalla Sports Talk. And I'll show you. It's already scheduled on the channel there.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
I think Denny won the Daytona 500 3 times too. I think he did too.
Out of 4.
I think you're right, man. All right, so I don't know if some of you have never been on the Valhalla Sports Talk homepage.
Go hard.
But here it is. Here it is.
Go hard. You'll have 2 come to your
Make this a
outside,
little bigger.
and you'll be clear.
That's what she said. But you see, we're live right now. We're live right now on the channel.
Tiptoeing into the garage.
There's the 500. The 500 is at noon my time. That's when I'll be going on. Noon my time on Sunday. That is 11 o'clock on the West Coast, 2 o'clock on the East Coast. Head for the mountain and root for Busch. I've thought about Chastain a lot of times. Well, I'm not going to root for Rowdy, though. I don't really care for Rowdy. Go for Zilich.
Entrance of the garage.
Well, there is a car rolling with Circle K sponsorship now, y'all. There is a car rolling with that Circle K sponsorship.
Into the garage. It's going to be second gear.
But there is the actual stream set up already. You can go up there and hit that notify button. Hit the notify button, and you'll know when I go live on Sunday. Again, I need y'all, if you're in here and you're new, I'd appreciate a subscribe to reward the effort.
Valhalla Sports Talk. Let's go.
And give the video a like.
Hit
That's
the
what helps
like
me out with the
on
YouTube
video
algorithm.
stream. Yeah, hit that like button. Do
That helps me up with the YouTube algorithm.
3/4.
But yeah, we're still watching. I got my eyeball on it, y'all.
As calm as he can.
I got my eyeball on it, watching for them to tell us that they're ready to go.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
Doug Cutler, the 11 reads the same upside down. I hope that's proven on Sunday. You want him to go upside down? Damn. That's tough. That's tough. That is tough. So the actual start time of the 500, though, is at 2:30 Eastern, y'all. So I'll be on at least a half hour early. I used to work for Circle K as a manager. I can't remember what car it is. Oh, some shit happened last night when we logged off after a couple of us stayed on to watch that Dale Earnhardt documentary. That fella in the Dude Wipes car was disqualified for an unapproved part or something. So he will not be in the 500. The dude wipes get wiped out of the 500. Sheila in the house. There you go. There you go. Hello, Dab Dave. Yeah, so the dude wipe guy was knocked out, and McLeod is gonna be in it without sponsorship. Alfredo Sauce. Yep, he did not make it. The Gracie car is still in there, though. The Miss Gracie car is still in there. Switch me to the Circle K car. Let me see. I don't remember what number it is. I'm looking at the page. There it is. It's the 88. Someone's got the 88, bro. Someone's got the 88. Hubler's got the 88. Hubler's got the 88. I think I'm definitely going to stay in the one. I think that's what that says. Yeah, that's Kubler in the 88. $41 in the house, y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. Again, just a scaled back setup for practice, y'all. The big show on Sunday, y'all. I got lots of surprises. Lots of surprises. Mario Locos is number 9, Chase. Butler in the house is Melon Man. You would have much respect from me if you root for the water. Oh, the Watermelon Man. How does your point system work? Says Keith. Basically, there's no cash value to it, right? It's just for fun. And you gain points by being in my streams for the, how much time you spend in the streams, how much you participate in the community, in the chat, any kind of support. You get credit for that, and it adds up your point total. ET wanted the 10, you gave it to someone else. There's really only like, out of all the cars, y'all, after what we saw on the first stream back, where everyone claimed the cars, there's really only like 8 of them that are going to be locked in when I put that community post out next week. There's really only going to be 8. So it's going to be first come, first serve on that community post. How do I check my credit? Exclamation point, points. I'll show you. Oops, sorry. Wrong. Don't do it that way. Like that. Like that'll give you your point total. Or it should anyway. Now there was an update to Streamlabs. All right, it did. It did. Look at Mario. He's been in here. He's been in here. We should be real close to running on the track here, y'all. They're late. It's the only thing missing. And to never. Ardno's up in here, checking his points.
Yeah, I'm gonna add Brad Keselowski.
It should be the Cup boys right now, y'all, but it's not. I'm not even sure who that is they've got up there. Keith Inman drops a $2 Valhalla Holla. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate the $2 Valhalla Holla.
Thank you for your support.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It says non-live on the live thing, so we're still waiting. We're still waiting.
Exactly. He called the team. Meanwhile, he's looking across the racetrack. It's like, wow, Joe Gibbs changed sports, owns a team, doing pretty well. And number one, most to lose, and yes, yeah. It's not Michael Jordan, is it? NASCAR.
Boom, 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 boom. It's like the women's hockey going on there, y'all. Women's hockey, the U.S. versus Italy. U.S. versus Italy.
Every night of last Daytona 500s. Now he just starts at the end.
They're asking on this telecast here who you got winning the Daytona 500. Come by boring. I don't disagree with him, Chad. I really don't disagree with him. I really don't disagree with him even a bit. All right, here we go. They're sending it out for practice, right? So how many of you know how the lake appeared at the middle in the middle of the track, y'all? How many of you know how that lake got there? It looks like it's windy, kind of overcast-ish. I'm not sure. But it's Joy, Harvick, and Boyer on the call for Fox Sports 1. Parsons in the house says, let's go. What's up, Rob? Where's my Kiwi cousin? Well, it's practice. I'll tell you where he's going to start in the 500, though. I'll tell you where he's going to start in the 500. Let me find it. Let's go over to the 8.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
All right, let's make this bigger so us blind bastards can see it. All right, so we're looking for SGA for Parsons, y'all. You're going to roll off lucky number 13 on Sunday, buddy. Kubler in the house. I have it on Fox Sports 1, says Keith. Yep. Heat wave here today, 41 degrees. Let's see if they got this thing lined up. General Thor. I'm looking at you. I still don't think it's the right guys.
Or do you want to go out, cross, start, finish, and then in. Yeah,
Everybody's got a chance in the 500, man. That's how this works. Yep, they dug the dirt out for the corners banking. That's how they got the lake. That's where the big hole that was left over when they made the banking on the track. All right, still nothing, y'all. I'm going to go to the main until this thing activates. It says live leaderboard. I think they're lying to us, y'all. I think they're lying to us. All right, they're going to a final commercial here. I'll take you back over here when it gets going, y'all.
Casey Mears, who his Garage 66 Ford is in the show, but you were sitting in the grass damaged. You can hear the car behind us warming up. But Casey, what kind of effort put in by this group, this entire team? Because this car was basically torn to the bare bones about a few hours ago.
Yeah, no, it's been a massive effort for these guys. We just didn't have the parts laying around, so they had to rob them off what would have been potentially our land.
That's really loud. I don't know if I can handle that.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
There's a way to separate the sources. Working today at a show, so good luck, Val. All right, Parsons, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. This is going to be a quickie. This thing will probably be over in an hour. Coyote says, imagine that. What are we imagining? What we imagining? Where between is one place to call. The lineup is set for Sunday, y'all. The lineup is set for the 500. Anybody watch bass fishing on Fox Sports 1? It's on at 8 Eastern on Sunday. Watch you a little bass fishing? All right, I'm watching the live timing and scoring, y'all, to see if it goes live. And I'll get you over there as soon as it does. Looks like a marine layer over Daytona today, though. Kind of weird looking. Kind of weird looking. The sun's about to set over the grandstand, too. See, William Byron had to go to a backup? William Byron, he'll be starting 39th. Two-time Daytona 500 winner. They ran a car up there last night for him. Crazy. Bass fishing is for people that can't catch walleye. I have an uncle that used to own a resort in Lake of the Woods, Minnesota, and walleye was the fish, man. Walleye was the fish. What happened to Joey Logano's head? He shaved it. He shaved it. There's the Gracie car, y'all. There's the Miss Gracie. No more just for men. Too funny. Too funny, too funny. Fishing is a sport I only enjoy if I'm doing it, not watching it, says Hard Nose. My cousin Fred is a pro fishing man. Theo Samuel in the house. All right, the Cup cars are rolling onto the track, y'all. The Cup cars are rolling out there. Again, likely just a really quick stream, y'all, for practice. Unless we're sitting here with like 1,000. Then we'll go ahead and watch the truck race. We got stuff. We got stuff, y'all. We are under green.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
Practice 2. So I'm going to just keep up the top 7 there, and we'll keep looking through the field as it progresses. Joey pulled the plug on hair plugs. Was he really doing that? Was he trying to get hair plugs? Temperature 59 degrees, winds are northeast 8 to 13. Clear skies, 68 degrees on the track. 68 degrees. The number 5 car is out on the track of Kyle Larson. So first time was let's see. Let's see when his time posts. I wonder how badly this is not lined up, because I'm not going to change it, because I've got it lined up for the raw feed. Well, that don't work. So we're under green, obviously. Hold the plug on hair plugs. So Elliott, the fastest lap of practice, 49.635. His high speed, 181.323. There was some talk about Joey lost Bosley for a sponsor. Sorry if I blew your ears out there. Yeah, sun's still shining there on one side of the track. There's about 7, 8 cars on there right now. They're doing some drafting practice. Elliott Larson linked up. Bubba Wallace on the track. He's starting 27th. His best 500 finish was second twice. Second twice. "45 minutes remaining in practice numero 2. I didn't anticipate it being a crazy big stream, y'all. It was just mostly for warm up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely one of those situations. And Alex was asking me as we were up here, how do you orchestrate that? And there's a lot of communication. The garage has been open several hours today for these guys to come in and really work on their cars. It opened at 10 o'clock this morning. So you've had all morning to kind of orchestrate who within your manufacturer you're going to work with. Obviously, Denny was a little out of the loop.
Can't hear my mic. I'm playing with
and the 45 team we're going to be, but I'm
playing with the volume.
Tell me if
you can't hear my mic.
And you're going to try to do it with your manufacturer mates.
My great uncle Dale Inman helped Richard Petty with his 7th championship. I've heard the name before. That's how you're going to try to work together, and you're going to play this out and see how you are in the draft, how fast you are with different people leading. It's just a shuffle to kind of figure out how do we exercise our strategy together. Did you watch the documentary last night?
So we talk about the Toyotas that are lined up on the racetrack, and they're in their draft. There are 9 Fords that are beginning to roll right now. Austin Cindric, Josh Berry, Joey
Fords
Logano,
are headed out,
Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, Noah Gragson, and Chris Buescher, all getting ready to roll onto the racetrack. That pack of Fords just leaving the end of the pit lane right now.
And the first one to leave the garage
because they came out by points was Ryan Blaney, who stopped short to let guys in front of him because I think he wants to be in the draft. He wants to be back where he can feel what the air is doing to his car. Some of that plays into this as well as where you are and moving around to understand if I'm leading the pack, this is where my balance is. This is how I take a push. If I'm back in the pack, then I'm what the dirty air is doing in my race car. What do I need to do to make my car good when I'm driving in dirty air? Just the pieces that you're going to try to sort out of this
already posted a time.
The field continues to circulate under the green flag. 43.5 minutes remain here in this practice. We mentioned the 8-car Toyota draft that went out. Well,
so
they are the fastest cars right now as they've been working in that draft.
Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, that fast 5 on the leaderboard right now. Kyle Larson has already been out on the racetrack. Matter of fact, he took 2 laps and then took that HendrickCars.com Chevy back to the garage. Steve Post has more.
Mike, you're absolutely
Bobby
right.
Crawford says, I'm dirty air.
They're going to go a 2-lap run and they're going to try something else. Then they're going to try
Nobody
something
likes
else.
that
And
dirty air, Robbie.
One thing I'm curious about, and Cliff's never going to share this.
Nobody likes it.
Crew chief, is this learning something for the Daytona 500? Or one of the other factors here is this is the only super speedway test of the season. When we come back here and we go to Talladega Super Speedway, there is no practice session. This is the only practice session. So Kyle Larson has a series of things that Cliff Daniels and his team want to go through. That was a 2-lap run. They've got another short run planned to go out on the racetrack.
All right, I took it down another 10.
Whether they're working on something for Sunday
Shelby, how about now? And can you still hear me fine?
We'll never know that answer. But right now, Kyle Larson on a science mission here with a couple of different things. That's the story of one Hendrick car. Chris Wilner, I see you. You're in William Byron's garage. What are they saying?
That's right. The 2-time Daytona 500
42 in the house. Again, it's just a quick stream. Just a quick stream in preparation for Sunday's 68th running of the Daytona 500.
Perfect. So the first big box was checked, and that was to make sure the car ran.
Valhalla Sports Talk is back for NASCAR.
Like what his teammate Kyle Larson was opting for. Rudy Fugle just said fire it up. He's headed back out to make another run. So the first big kind of question mark was how was the backup car? So far, William Byron said it's perfect. That's pretty dangerous to hear out of driver of the Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet.
We'll find out
good. Okay, cool.
What the rest of the practice
Keselowski, Gillen, Buescher, your top 3.
Backup car for William Byron.
Keselowski ran a 46.840.
Qualifying coverage on
it's a whole bunch of Toyotas up front, Chad.
Spark plugs stuck in slow motion.
Whole bunch of Toyotas
inside your engine with E3 spark plugs.
What's up, Mark Guest?
Stops too. E3 gives you maximum fuel efficiency for more miles on the road.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough to watch.
E3 spark plugs, power, speed, domination. Get yours today.
The Ford.
All right, now the Fords are moving to the top.
Second lap, Brad Keselowski has gone to the top of the leaderboard.
Now the Fords are moving up
right now. 192.119 miles an hour for Bradley. That's 46.846 seconds on the stopwatch. Todd Gilliland, Chris Buescher, Ryan Blaney, Corey Heim rounding out the top 5. Let's keep tabs on the Fords, Alex. The Toyotas are coming back to the start-finish line right now. Here come the Fords, now led by Josh Berry.
So now 29 cars have been out on the track.
And Brad gets even faster. 46.846 is the best.
It's too loud, I
Brad
can't hear you.
a little bit, but Josh Berry gained some. So that pack's starting to continue to build its momentum 3 laps into their run.
Yeah, there's no way to adjust this.
The different agendas that, Todd, you were referring to. If you're up front, you're not going to be going nearly as fast as those cars who can drag the brake and then try to get a big run.
Yeah, and the piece that I think we're...
Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do there. I don't know what I'm going to do there. There's no adjustment on the website, so maybe we'll just go without it.
.980, 46.637 miles an hour. Noah Gregson, Zane Smith, Brad Keselowski, Todd Gilliland, the Fast Five.
That group of Fords right now, Mike, is being led by the Wood brothers, Ford Mustang Dark Horse, and driver Josh Berry.
Folks, you need to pay attention to this paint scheme. We're going to describe it for you, but the descriptions just aren't going to do it justice, especially if you're a Legacy fan. It is the 50th.
Josh Berry to the top in that Wood Brothers Ford. Quite a few cars on the track, y'all. Quite a few cars out there. They are risking it for the biscuit. Josh Berry's going to roll off 14th on Sunday, his best Daytona 500 finish. I missed it. I missed it, chat. We're halfway through the final practice. Carmen Dawn Allen in the house. What's up, girl? What is up? But as I mentioned, this is just a quick stream, chat. Just a really, really quick stream, likely all in anticipation of Sunday. I don't have a lot of things going on here as far as features and stuff, but it'll be fully loaded, locked and loaded on Sunday. You have to be able to hear me now. You have to be able to hear me. I am in the red. Dale Inman won that championship when I was born in '64, says Keith. I'm going to see how it is myself. Hold one. All of a sudden, I don't hear the mic either. All of a sudden, I don't hear the mic either. Oh, there it is. It came through. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Significant aspect will be later on when they practice the hot pit entry. We talked about a little bit about that in the first practice earlier this weekend, but here today, with the sun now setting behind the front straightaway, we're looking at about checkered flag time. We're getting close to that at least. Late in the day, we want to see what these conditions will be like when drivers exit off of turn number 4 and hit their hot pit. Miles Stanley said that they felt like after last year that was something they really wanted to focus on. So Josh Berry, once this kind of Ford run completes, that'll be the next item of the agenda, is that hot pit entry to make sure you don't speed and cost yourself a shot at the 500.
Josh Berry leading 46.700 seconds on the stopwatch, 192.719 miles per hour. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3. I've got the computer volume down to 10.
Air at Daytona International Speedway.
Do I still hear them right?
It is the second practice for the Daytona 500. We are under green flag conditions. Cars are on the racetrack, and we're so glad you're with us. Mike Bagley alongside Alex Hayden and Todd Gordon, Steve Post, and Chris Milner in the pits and in the garage areas. If you're just joining us, we've had a pack of Toyotas go out on the racetrack, about 8 deep. We've got 9 Fords packed up on the racetrack. Ford's leading the way right now, and we've also got a pack of Chevrolets that's just pulling onto the racetrack. We'll document those in a moment with Josh Berry, the fastest of them all, 46.307.
With the feature this time,
194.355 for Josh Berry and the Wood Brothers.
With 28 minutes remaining in practice from Daytona International Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
iRacing Studios brings you NASCAR 25. Race hundreds of the biggest stars of the sport on top tracks from Daytona to Sonoma. Start your career in the ARCA Menard Series and work your way up to Cup while managing team members, sponsors, and more. Or compete online with NASCAR fans around the world.
All right, I'm back,
NASCAR
y'all.
25. Tracks from Daytona to Sonoma.
I don't know what to do. There's no adjustment on the website there. None whatsoever. And I feel like if I turn down the source audio, it's not going to happen either. So I don't know what to do, y'all. I don't know what to do. Cars are fast today. 190, says Keith. Yeah. Yeah, 195.452. That's crazy. I didn't notice that because I was screwing around. Alex Bowman on the top of the chart, y'all. 46.047, his best time. 46.047. Robbie Crawford in the house. They go to a commercial, y'all. They go to a commercial here in practice 2. It says time elapsed 17:55. When radio's on, I can't hear you at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't turn down the radio volume. But I heard it on my phone. I heard me, but I was being overwhelmed. I was definitely being overwhelmed there. What is this? I'm going to try something.
Were together. Then there was a gap back to another 4, and then there was a little gap back to another 4. Well, that accordion played forward. The 48 and 40 were the leaders of that third group. The 48 and 40 were the leaders of that third group, and
yeah, I don't know, y'all. Maybe we just don't. Maybe we just don't use it. Maybe we just don't use it. I can't believe there's not a little volume control on NASCAR.com, though. That's ridiculous. That is truly ridiculous. And you can't separate the sources, so anywho, let's go through the field. Let's go through the field here. There will be one more practice tomorrow. I will not be streaming that. It looks like everybody's got out at least posted a time. There's BJ McLeod, who just found out last night that he made the Daytona 500. They were packing up to leave. And then they disqualified Alfredo. I wonder if they'll get a sponsor on that car by Sunday. At 35 in the house, we're about 1,100 views. Wow, look at the roof flap on the 6 car. I still can't believe those louvers that are on the A and B pillar on the front there when they get backwards, y'all. That was crazy. It's 3 Chevys up top, y'all. Bowman, Allgaier, Elliott. Your top 3. Yeah, I do. Haters. No. Green beans. $195,452, the best speed. Most of the cars have done about 10, 11 laps. I don't think Cletus is a great driver, but who really is Robbie Crawford. So now as this practice winds down, they've got about 22 minutes remaining. They're not going to put on 8 sets of tires. So they pretty much got what they got. So we're probably not going to break that 195.45 fast speed. So the only thing that could likely happen still is someone could pass Bowman if he gets in a really good draft. There's Nufo in that 38, dropping back on the high side there as they go down the backstretch. And they go to another commercial, chat. They go to another commercial.
Quickly.
23 minutes of practice has elapsed. The ARCA race is at noon and the O'Reilly race is at 4.
$10 big resort. 201 square inches equals one size for you, one for me. One for the guys just sure.
Go to the main here.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
So like I mentioned earlier, I've got everything ready for Atlanta next week. I can't believe they changed the name of that track. One of the most historic races in NASCAR, and they sold the name. Unbelievable. Anything for the mighty dollar, Chad. Anything for the mighty dollar. Napping helps him recharge his brain.
No one is safe from chaos. That's on the wrong ropes by
Oh, Dylan moves to the top of the speed chart.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
Austin Dillon with the COO award moves to the top of the chart. 195.626. 195.626, chat. So it's Dylan, Bowman, Allgaier. 19 minutes remaining in practice number 2. Let's scroll to it, y'all. Let's scroll through it. Then bow ties up front. Look at all the bow ties. Look at all those bow ties, y'all. 1st through 10th. It's insane.
They decided the time was more valuable when nobody was in line to go through these stations to come over and spend extra time to make sure it was perfect for tomorrow. Of course, the whole front of that race car override was removed. I think it's a great use of time to make sure your car is perfect for Sunday. And it's a perfect example of what we talked about with the Byron car being at the shop.
Busch out there up to speed in a big grouping. That Toyota group is led by William Byron in the 24. He's got the 40, the 5, and the 88 with him.
But every little bit underneath that car needs to be perfect in order to get the maximum speed out the car.
It's good to see the Red Bull sponsorship back on the track for that 88 for Zilich. Used to be there were 2 of those running around every week. Used to be there were 2 Red Bull cars every week. Vickers, I think, drove one of them. Brian Vickers, and can't remember who the other guy was. That 40 of Allgaier is hammering the back of the 24 of Byron. So we might see that 24 go to the top of the speed charts in that backup Raptor Chevrolet. What about Hamlin? All right, the 24 goes up high. So now the 40 of Allgaier leads that group. So again, what they're doing here, y'all, for those of you that are new to NASCAR or maybe not aware, what they're mostly doing here is kind of trying to improve the handling of the vehicle and get an idea of what happens as those tires wear off. Yeah, I miss the FedEx too, Mario. I do miss the FedEx. Hamlin had it so good for so long. He had FedEx, who was on the cart almost the entire year. And then, obviously, I don't know if it got too expensive or company just said, we don't want to spend this much on this. But now there are no real teams that I can think of that have a primary sponsor for the entire year. I think FedEx was probably the last one. I think they were probably... I have to go, says Keith. We'll see you, buddy. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your day. 29 minutes into this bad boy. 29 minutes into this practice. Practice? SVG drives a Red Bull sometimes too, says Hardnose. Yeah, but back then it was every week. Every week there were 2 of those. I can't remember what race team that was. Do you? And I'm pretty sure Brian Vickers was one of the guys in that car. But that was a long time ago, y'all. That was a Dodge sponsorship too. The car were Dodges. And Dodge has been gone for a while. That might have been before the arrival of Toyota. Sunday, not tomorrow, Shelby. Sunday. Sunday. Well, let's go through it again, y'all. See if anybody's moved at all. See if anyone has moved at all. Ty Gibbs, not impressive. Them Toyotas are struggling, y'all. The Toyotas are struggling or they're sandbagging, one or the other. Them Toyotas are either struggling or sandbagging. Oh, it's almost dark at Daytona. It was Team Red Bull, says Hardnote. Who do you think will win the 500 based off what you've seen? It's hard to say, man. Daytona's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. You don't know who's going to get caught up in what. I mean, I think you got to look at that 24 car. You know, they've won 2 in a row. They've definitely won 2 in a row. Or is it the 48 that's won 2 in a row? My daughter's happy it's Friday. No problem. 12 minutes remaining in practice number 2.
Single week, and as Mike mentioned earlier, this is really the only super speedway practice that you're going to get where you can just go back into the garage, change things, be in the front of the pack, the middle of the pack, and have a somewhat controlled environment where you're not working.
Still Dylan on the top of the chart, y'all. 46.006. Best speed, 195.626.
Get up to speed as much as he can. His hope is that he can keep up with the back of his pack. It's so hard to blend on these racetracks when that pack has built up their speed and not get too far behind.
Al Busch trying to go out for another run here. The DeWalt car coming to pit road. All right, 11 minutes to go, and they send it to a commercial. Y'all.
But then Trilogy helped us think a little bit.
What do you think, Adam Chapman? Who do you think is going to win?
One-stage Trilogy also improves lung function, so you can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trilogy won't replace the rescue inhaler or something.
25 up in here.
Trilogy Strive. Trilogy may increase your risk of thrush, lung, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor. Worsen breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, bowels urinating, vision changes, or eye may occur.
Ask your doctor about once-daily Trilogy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful all day and night.
That's good. Check that out. Wow.
So excited to finally get together. I was able to shook us still.
Boom, 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 boom. All right, it's still Dylan, y'all. Still Dylan. Let's roll it through the field again.
Unlike other value meals, Arby's new $7.99 meat, $3 has 3 sides, not just one. It's more meal for your money. Seriously, it's more meal for your money. Where'd that come from? Arby's, we have the meats.
Helping Adrian Brody prepare for his role as a TurboTax expert.
McLeod, not even close, y'all. McLeod's fastest speed, 181. Look at how slow the Toyotas are, chat. Almost 10 miles an hour slower. Toyotas are almost 10 miles an hour slower. It's not good. This Chevy chassis is new for 2026. What Dodger player would you think makes a great NASCAR driver? Who would be a good NASCAR driver from the Dodgers? I would think Freddie. I'm thinking Freddie, maybe Smith. Who do you think? Who do you think? 8 minutes to go in practice 2, chat. That's a good question. Definitely not Otani, says Doug. Casey Kane drove for Red Bull for 1 year while he was waiting to go with Hendrick. I think Freddie for sure, right? Freddie'd have a hell of a time getting in one of these cars, though. He's so tall. Same with Otani. Hopefully my car wins, says Sheila. Boom, boom, boom. I want to know the answer to that. So the people in backup cars are Chastain, Suarez, Busher, and there was one other. And they go to a commercial with about 5 to go. About 5 minutes to go.
Self-debated. When you're tired of your backed up gut and you need fast relief, Fast works naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes. Fast acts faster, works gently.
You're busy, but you're never too busy for senior discounts. 5 seniors day deals the first Tuesday.
Boom, boom, boom. Andrew says I'm back. Who do you think, Andrew, would be a good NASCAR driver from the Dodgers? Who on the Dodgers would make a good NASCAR driver?
Remember, pin message above in your chat is our Craftsman Truck Series race tonight. Come hang out with us tonight. We're gonna have a good time. Hope to see everybody here.
Where heat meets pineapple, where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill, where fans meet their favorite. Chicken Al Pastor, where fire meets flavor.
Go to school, Sheila tells Andrew.
For this trucks, we're right here.
Never is.
That would be a good driver. Oh, so Mookie kind of built more like these guys than the majority of today's drivers. He's not too tall. He's good at just about anything he tries. So that might be a good one. Yeah, happy V-Day, everybody. This dog stays in trouble, y'all. He stays in trouble. Are we getting near the end of this, y'all? So Dylan Bowman Allgaier. Not with me. Messing with his foot. Where are those Girl Scout cookies you sent me? They should be there by now, Andrew. They should be there. All right, a little over 2 minutes remaining in practice number 2, chat. Austin Dillon with the COO on board, still in the top of the charts. It's 10 Chevys. 10 Chevys in position 1st through 10th. The Toyotas are struggling here in practice, too.
Buster's always been a good super speedway racer. I think last night he had some bad luck. But as good as these teams are, I expect that car to be prepared well, get everything that they learned put in there.
Most of them are not impressive either, back way down there. And hell, I don't even know where my guy is. There he is. Chastain is 8th on the chart.
That's your reference.
Think we did anything on the sub side? Nope.
Pretty straightforward right now. So always great to keep strategy part of our sport. Hey, Shelly, what fastest talks over with Alan Gustafson.
Like Elliott's done for this practice. Less than a minute to go, chat. Less than a minute remaining.
Certainly a sentimental pick. Well, and we talked so much about Matt Bush and needing him, to get back to victory lane and just be competitive, not only for himself, but for the whole RCR organization. But to qualify on the front row, put that car on the pole, that's quite an accomplishment. It's not easy to do it. Everybody comes down here with the exact same goal on Wednesday night.
So it looks like the Chevys are going to dominate. Looks like the Chevys are going to dominate. They're about to wave the red flag. They're about to put out the red. All right, caution is out.
Caution is out!
And then we go red, chat.
Track condition is red!
So that's how they're going to finish, y'all. That's how they are going to finish. Again, the last practice is tomorrow. I won't be streaming that. But the next time you see me, y'all, will be on Sunday for the 500. But we're going through the field here. You see all them Chevys up top. And it's awfully red down low, chat. Awfully red. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me for practice 2. As I mentioned, it was a short stream. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hope to see you on Sunday. And Valhalla Sports Talk is going to be off the air.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.
Have a good Friday night, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you. Peace.
Daytona 500 practice on Valhalla Sports Talk.